Good morning. Peace, family. It's your boy Juro. It is the 4th of August, 2018. How is everybody doing? You can hear the cicadas doing their thing. I'm looking all a little ragged, but that's all right. It's okay. Got my morning coffee. It's been raining for the last week. And now comes with the humidity. Give and take, but I'm grateful for it because the fact of the matter is didn't have to receive any rain today. Didn't have to receive any rain in my area. It could be drought. There's a lot of areas. Shout out to those in the West Coast that are dealing with the fires, and I hope all is well with you and yours. You know, because always there's someone that wish that could pretty much change or wish they could trade your life for your challenges. Not to ramble, just looking at the sky. Got up this morning, gave thanks just to be alive, to be present, because I know that didn't have to be. But I did have a opportunity. First of all, shout out to Drake. Shout out to Drake. I know some of y'all already saw that in my feelings video, and some of y'all have mastered that dance. It's good to see people dance and have a smile. You know, it's time and place for everything. And I actually, this morning, saw the video, and I tell you what, that interaction between Felicia Rashad, man, that was classic. That was a classic. It was very funny. That was a good interaction between the two. I wouldn't be surprised see Drake actually actually return back to acting because he's got it. So that would be normal progression. And plus, he's got that look. Women find him appealing, and he seems like he has his head on. So shout out to him. So with that, it made me think. That title, In My Feelings. How many of you are actually listening to your feelings, connecting to your feelings, in tune with your feelings? Come on now. This is something only you know. Because if you're doing that, half the work is already done. I know somebody's saying, well, Gerald, that's my problem. I'm always in my head. I'm always critical. I'm always beating myself up. And that's the reason why I'm insecure. Is the insecurity based off of the reaction or the validation? Or is the insecurity based off of rotate? All right, I'm back. Gotta love the interference. Gotta love it. But that's all right, because things happen for a reason. Sometimes things happen just to slow down for something that you don't see. I lost my train of thought because the activity behind this camera. Well, behind my cell, you don't see it, but that's okay. So sometimes things happen, and we don't know when, we don't know why, but it is presented in front of you, and that's why critical thinking is so important. This is not a moment to be impulsive. This is a moment to validate what is truly important to you. So when I heard that title, In My Feelings, it made me wonder, is the climate of society today the reaction of the fact that people are not in their feelings, and then the percentage of that are in their feelings is because of the fact that they don't know how to communicate how they feel. There's not a dialogue so that that person can be finally heard. Because what's the point on being in your feelings if you cannot properly express yourself? Think about it. In a town near you, in a city near you, in a state near you, you know somebody that you may break bread with, you may work with, and before they even say anything, the atmosphere in the room shifts. You can feel it. But when you go to, hey, is everything all right? They clam up. Now that doesn't mean you take it upon yourself to interfere, intrude, because everybody requires a moment. But what is being required is you take note of what is being revealed to you at that time. That is your position at that time. That is also your choice. Now let's be 100 about it. We've gotten conditioned to take a stance of it's none of my business. I don't want to get involved. And a lot of times tragedy does result from that, which is unfair, is unfortunate, because I ain't got to tell you, there's somebody that you may know directly or indirectly that didn't wake up this morning. Somebody that you knew or knew of. Their story will not be complete because their life has been cut short. And something in regards to mortality has taken a back seat to personal gain and growth. Now, at the end of the day, that responsibility falls on you. I know that many of you have seen some of the videos that actor, hip-hop artist known as Will Smith has put out. And that's good, because Will's got a platform. But guess what? There's been plenty of other people that you don't know that don't have a platform, but do have a voice and are aware that are speaking. So this is not shade. It's not shade at all. I'm glad. I'm glad. But I also understand that sometimes it takes just one person to speak something into existence, metaphorically planting emotional seeds in society, hoping that they will cultivate and eventually bloom. That's what sowing your seeds is all about. See, the best you is not here yet. Some of y'all already know that. Some of y'all already know that there's work still required of you. As well as some of you also know that the path that you're on may be a path that you're going to be by yourself for an indefinite period of time. Don't be afraid of that. Don't be afraid of that. Because what is going to happen, it is going to give you the ability to tap into your strength. It will also give you an opportunity to understand what your discernment is all about, as well as being intuitive. But the kicker on that is, will you embrace you? Sometimes family, you've got to be You have to allow yourself to be discomfortable, to break what that stagnant mindset you may have. Now, I know some people might say, well, Joe, you don't understand. I've had a dark cloud over my life, and that's all I know. I may have a fight or flight attitude, and I have a hard time trusting people because the people that I've allowed in my life have not protected me. Now, I was not going to make this video about spirituality, but I would be remiss not to speak this. And I hope it reaches the intended heart and mind in the intended time. You might be somebody that all you know is pain. You've gone through a lot of hardship. You've gone through a lot of downright, you feel like you're alone. But I will tell you this. All that you're seeing, all that you have felt, all that has been displayed is nothing but validation that there is greatness in your future. So they had to you look, the devil's work is never done. Come on now. And for some, that line in the brush had to make his presence known when you were young. And setback after setback after setback, the agenda was to break your spirit. Have you walking around thinking that you are crazy when you are far from it. Who am I talking to? You know why? Because the moment that you realize not only how unique you are, how special your life is, the battle is over. And Lucifer cannot afford you knowing you. He can't, because you're going to have too much influence in your environment. So stay the course. Stay the course. That may require you to have lonely nights. That may require you to have memories that only have you in it. How many of you have also said this? If I only could have someone to share this with. If as long as you stay the course and stay true to you, don't worry. Everybody that is intended will be made revealed. Now that may require you to say goodbye to what you know right now, because that environment right now is distracting you for where you're intended to go. Or that environment was set up so that you won't. Just think about that. So when I heard that title, In My Feelings, it made me wonder if people were so much in their feelings, why don't they critically think anymore? Why is it so hard to say no? Why is it so hard to say I love me? Why is it so hard? Because we teach people how we wish to be treated. Nobody can do anything to you unless you co-sign it, which means directly or indirectly you must be present in that experience. That's why it's required for you to communicate. And I understand there's some people say, well, no, Gerald, I can't talk to them because they blow up. You ever ponder why they blow up? Is that a tactic to control you? Get you to react a certain way? Or better yet, stand still. Now, there's nothing wrong with standing still. Nothing. But you got to understand what you're standing on. what your foundation's about, and where it's going to lead you to. Just let that marinate. Now, I would be remiss. I got to share this because I'm starting my day too, and I felt like being a little wild today. So I said I'm gonna wear this shirt to work. When I first saw this shirt, I found it at your local Walmart, and I was like, you know what, this is fun. So I'm gonna share it. Check this out. I'm gonna aim it down. Okay, you see that? I did not hit you. I high-fived your face. And notice the expression. Notice the expressions. Classic. Now, I know for some people they'll be in your field like, oh no, why is it got to be all about force? No, the greatest force that you could ever bestow a person is silence. Silence, like Dragonfly Drones. But the greatest impact you could ever be or ever give is being present in your own life. So, it's August, family. Shout out to the family, to the parents that are preparing their babies for the new school year. Another chapter in your child's life, as well as another milestone in yours. And I don't know. Oh, you guys don't know. I don't. I don't think I've mentioned this. A lot has transpired since my last video, family. I got another family member now. His name is Ming, and he's a 10-week-old pet, and he is full of energy. And I will definitely have him out with Tyson soon. And I'm talking about having me ripping and running. Yep. But I love him to death, so you'll be seeing him soon. But yeah, not to ramble. I hope that this weekend, for those who are off, you take this time to relax. Make this weekend about you. Always make sure that you're able to reflect on all the things that had impact this past week. Just like time, you can't get time back, but you definitely can master it by reflecting on the decisions were made. And of course, place the Most High first. Because when it boils down to it, you'll come to understand that your life is about manifestation. Everything that comes out of your mouth, which comes from that beautiful mind of yours, that's what makes your reality, even the people that are in it. So if you're in an environment that is not representing you, it's not inspiring you, that's not the environment you should have been in, nor the people that have access to your life. Now, I know that's easier said than done for some people because you say, well, Gerald, in the beginning, they were a certain way, but they've changed. In actuality, they were always that same person, but it took this moment for you to see it. Don't be afraid of it. That's opportunity for you to make choices of what's best for you. And as I've always said, family, not everybody's going to earn the right to know your story, know your middle name, nor be able to watch you grow. That's why metaphorically you always hear the saying of people come into your life for a reason, season, and a lifetime. But your life is supposed to be methodical. It's not supposed to always be serious. That's why you got emotions, to embrace them when you're happy, when you're sad, even when you are angered. There are opportunities to embrace and define who you are. Don't worry about what people's opinions are. People gonna have them. And you'll come to understand as you mature through life, some of those positions change. But that's all right. Wish them well. Get out of their way so you can claim yours. And I gotta say this again, because some of y'all on the low are doing this. Emotionally, you're caught up in a tailspin and you're back down memory lane. Let me tell you something. Memory lane serves as a tool. And if they were meant to be in your presence, they would be there. But trust and believe when I tell you this. Don't worry about saying goodbye. Don't worry about that. Because if you're living your life right, you're going to see him again. And again. And again. Until all words, all actions have been said. Now, some of y'all might get a little nervous because some of y'all have made some choices that were not the best. Humble yourself. Speak your truth. Forgive yourself. And forgive those. Because pain don't help people grow. It kills you slow. And you deserve to have the life intended. So I hope you guys have a great weekend. Wherever you are, be safe. Slow down on them roads, because these roads, these highways and byways are starting to look like NASCAR tryouts. And unfortunately, some people are not making it home because of decisions they shouldn't have made. And the people that love you want to see you the same way that you left out. You deserve that. You deserve that. So if you are in your feelings today, what is causing you to reflect? What is it that you need to change? Maybe this is the day that you finally have a conversation with yourself and go in that emotional backpack that you've been carrying, because it's getting heavy. Because see, you can't progress with pride. And all those people that think that having a prideful spirit is going to get them ahead, all that does is set you up for the next downfall. That ain't your story. That's not your life. Never was, never will be. But that's all I wanted to put out for somebody. Oh yeah. Yeah, y'all see that? I'm doing this about, I guess maybe in 2-3 weeks, I'll go ahead and let the locks go. Let them go. It's time people wanted to see me grow it, so I'm growing it. I'm also doing this for you, queens. Your hair is your crown. You want your hair to grow? Start loving on you. Remove the stress out of your life. Start drinking your water. I know some people, I don't want no water. Water's not, Listen, 85% of your body is water. Take your vitamins. But the big one, you got to cut that stress out of your life. You got to. Because anything that has stress is only setting up stagnation. And nothing can grow when it's stagnant but death. You have a blessed weekend, y'all. Love to hear from you. If this video, just like with all my videos, somebody needs to see it, share it. That's what they for. Each one teach one. Just make sure you're the example and not the reason. God's praying for you. You know I am. I see your worth. And for that, it helps me discern mine. Your life matters. It just depends on when you decide to claim it and love yourself more. You're worth it. Peace.